that check. I said, that's my zakat. He said, wallahi, this is really my real intention behind really being a millionaire. So that's interesting. And I think he made the $1 million. And I think he made it even in a year, in a 1 year. You know, I know 2 people actually, they made $1 million in 1 year. They were committed and they were able to make it. So it's not hard if people want to commit to something. But the good intention, I think, play a great role of why you want to be that person. Like, one of the things that also I would like to mention in relation to this hadith, you remember I said in the beginning, now close the door, Waleed, and let them be out. One of the points that we said, the word بالنيات يعني الباء هنا تسمى باء الاستصحاب. يعني your نية should be before the action. الابتداء أو الاستصحاب. الابتداء it means يعني this actions there is a نية before it. That's why you cannot have the intention after the action. Example, you donated to the masjid. You donated to the masjid $5,000. Then you come to Sheikh Ibrahim later after a week and tell him, Sheikh Ibrahim, please take this 5,000. I give it as a, you change your intention from sadaqah to zakat. You give $5,000, then 1 week later you come and said, hey, you said I consider it zakat money. Is that permissible? No. Not allowed, because you already have given it. Unless, do you need to know unless or no need? Okay, unless it's a fiqh work. Fuqaha, like, يحب التفاصيل. Unless you give me the money, you said, Sheikh Waleed, this $5,000, go distribute it for the poor people in Houston. The poor people for Houston. Then after a week you said, Sheikh Waleed, by the way, you still have the $5,000? Yes, I do. Okay, I consider it part of my zakat. This is acceptable. But you say, Sheikh, this is $5,000 donation to the masjid. To you guys. Then after that, you come later and say, Sheikh, I want to consider this as zakat. I'll tell you, no, it's not allowed. What's the difference between the first scenario and the second scenario? What's the difference? Yes? About the thing. No, it has to do with the intention. That's a hint. No, we didn't give it away. The money's still in the masjid. No, both are zakat. You give it to the masjid or give it to the, it's both zakat. Yes? No, he gave it to me to give it to the poor people.
But that could be also a form of zakat.
It is both form of zakat.
When you gave it to the masjid, you gave it to the masjid. When you specify give it to different people and that hasn't happened yet, you can still change your intention because it's in.
But you give it to the masjid and I still have the check. I didn't deposit it yet. I have the 5,000. I didn't deposit the money yet. Yes, Abu Shuja. طيب سيد حسين Sheikh Hussein. Yes. What do you think?
I think the intention in the beginning, you already specify the sadaqah. Okay? And you cannot come back.
And both, he specified both as sadaqah. The difference, Shabai? Yes, very good. The first one, the masjid is a representative for the poor people. So the money did not reach yet the poor people. So I am representing you, the rich man, to deliver, I'm wakil to you. I'm representing you, the rich person, the donor. I represent the donor. I will work on behalf of the donor. So the donor give me the money and now I'm going to distribute it. So the money did not leave you as a donor yet because I am representing you in taking this money and give it to the poor people. But the other scenario, I am the receiver. So already the sadaqah been done. You cannot change the intention. But the first one, the sadaqah has not been done 100% yet. I'm just in the process of making it done. So you still can change your intention, because the intention here is not after the fact the sadaqah was given. Is that too complicated? Okay. So going back to my point, you cannot question. You have a jar in your house. You put money in it. You put in it, and it's sadaqah, general sadaqah. After a month, you found that you have, mashallah, $300. Can you say, I'm going to change it to zakat? Yes, because you still possess the money. No, because you still have the money. If this money been given to the poor, you cannot change the intention, because the action has not been done yet. Are you following me, guys? Is that clear? طيب. اتفضل. Okay, we'll come to this. This is a good point. It's very related to what I'm saying. You came to pray Tahiyat al-Masjid. You're praying the Tahiyat al-Masjid. Allah, the 2 rak'ah Tahiyat al-Masjid. Then you realize that you have not yet prayed the 2 rak'ahs of Fajr. Can you switch from, while you're praying, can you switch from the 2 rak'ahs for greeting the Masjid to the Sunnah of al-Fajr? Because the Prophet said the actions based on intention. The intention has to be big, far before the action. Is it clear? Is it clear? So that's a very clear example about the salah. طيب. Also, ulama said it means your intention should be combined by the action. Yani while you do the action, you always check your intention. It's for the sake of Allah. And the best example I can give you for this, your intention when you pray is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are adhering to the call of Allah. So how this intention happened during the salat? When you come to the salat, you realize that you're doing this because you're responding to the call of Allah. When He said, Hayya ala salah. When you say, Allahu Akbar, in your intention, your thoughts, Allah is the greater things. That's why I'm here praying. That's why now I'm praying. You say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And inside your heart and your mind, when you're reading Al-Fatiha, or reading the surah, your intention is still telling you, and your heart telling you, that I'm doing this for Allah. Ya Rab, forgive me. Ya Rab, aqbal minni. So while you're doing the act of worship, you're always thinking about why I am doing this. For what reason I am doing this. What's the purpose of this action? And this is something easy to be said, hard to be implemented. That's very easy to say, but it's very hard to implement. Can you imagine every act of worship you do and you think of it this way? Can you think when you're fasting every moment in the day you're thinking of it this way? Can you think when you read Quran, every time you read the verse, every time you make wudu, every act of worship? That's why ulama said, لا يوجد على العمال أشد من تخليص الأعمال. The hardest things upon the worshipper is always to remember the intention and to renew the intention, as we say, while we're doing the act of worship. And every time you do that, your reward will be multiplied and became great. Also, just yes. We will come to this, inshallah. He said, can you have multiple intention in the same time? In the same time. Can you have multiple intention in the same time? The answer of this, it depends on what is the act of worship. You can have multiple intentions for multiple things, for one thing, multiple intentions, if it is allowed between general act of worship. Like what? 2 rak'ahs for the sake of Allah, general. And in the same times, I want it to be for istikhara. I want it to be for istikhara. That's fine. It's very general. 2 rak'ah for the sake of Allah. Istikhara, it's also, that's fine. I combine between something specific and something very general. But I cannot have 2 specific. I cannot have 2 rak'ah for prayer of istikhara and the 2 rak'ah for sunnat al-fajr. I cannot have the 2 rak'ahs for Fajr prayer and in the same time it is the Sunnah prayer. prayer, because these two specific intention, specific prayer, it's called Fajr prayer, specific Sunnat al-Fajr. طيب, 2 rak'ah for Tahiyyat al-Masjid, is this